Enough is enough. Are you the dramatic kind who likes using enough a lot? Well, then this lesson is for you. Hi everyone, my name is Hridhaan and I welcome you to Let's Talk. In today's lesson, we will learn 6 different ways in which we can use the word enough in grammatically correct sentences in English language. So let's get started. Number 1 that we have is adjectives. For example, we always use enough after an adjective in a sentence. What is an adjective? First of all, it is important for us to understand that. Adjective means a quality, a word that describes a quality. It can be a bad quality or a good quality. For example, let's see how enough is used after an adjective. Example number 1, I am not crazy enough to jump. For example, if you are an adrenaline junkie who likes to do a lot of adrenaline sports, and you have a friend who says, would you like to jump this cliff, dude? And you say, I am not crazy enough to jump. So, crazy here is an adjective, and enough is used after the adjective in this sentence. So I am not crazy enough to jump. So you can use enough as a word to express your ideas when it comes to adjectives after adjectives in the sentence. Next is, your marks are good enough. Good is a quality that says something that is not bad, something that is nice, something that is recommended. So, the person in this context is trying to say, your marks, the ones that you have gotten in your exams, are good enough to get you admission at a university. So, enough comes after good. This was one way in which we can use enough, that is, after adjectives. Let's see another couple of ways in which we can use enough. Second way is with verbs. Now, in one of the videos, I have told you a very simple definition of a verb. Verb means any word on this planet which is not a noun. It can be a state or it can be an action. Verbs are words that are either actions that describe actions or states. And we use enough after these verbs in the sentence. For example, I make sure I drink enough every day. Well, we are not talking about anything. We are talking about water. We are saying, I make sure, and that is true for me actually, I make sure I drink enough water every day. I should write water actually here. Enough water every day. How is enough used here? Enough is used again after the verb drink. Drink is a state verb or an action verb. Is that a state or an action that you're doing? It is an action that you're doing. Drink, for example, if imagine I've got a cup in my hand, I drink, so it's an action that is happening. So drink enough water every day. Let's see another example in the same list. I don't read enough for good general knowledge. So, read is again an action verb, and enough is used after this action verb to express the idea clearly. And the person is saying, well, I'm preparing for let's say, a UPSC exam or any other competitive exams for the government services, but I do not read enough for good general knowledge. I do not read enough for good general knowledge. Let's move to the third one in the list. The third one is noun. Now, adjectives are qualities. Verbs are words that describe actions or states. What are nouns? Nouns are names, words that describe name of something. For example, Hridhaan is a name. Let's Talk is a name of a channel, name of a person, name of a thing, name of a machine, etc. How do we use enough with names of anything in a sentence? enough, the position of enough is before the name of something in a sentence. Let's see it in an example. There isn't enough bread to make sandwiches. So here, bread is the noun. Enough is the word that is used to suggest not of enough quantity that is required, not of enough number that is required. There isn't enough bread to make sandwiches. Next example, have you got enough money? Can you guess what is the noun in the sentence? It is a question. The noun is money, and enough is used as a word to describe it better. Have you got enough money to be alone by yourself in that particular city? Like that. So always remember, for adjectives, it comes after. Enough comes after them. For verbs, enough comes after them. But for nouns, enough comes before the nouns in a sentence. Next one is as a pronoun. How can we use enough as a pronoun? I have two very interesting examples for you. Let's have a look at them. I will get some more chair. There isn't enough. Enough is being used as standalone in this sentence. Now, there's nothing to describe it, but it's describing the context. It means there isn't enough. That means there are not enough required chairs that are required for the number of people that are already there in the room. So enough is being used as a standalone word, as a pronoun in this sentence. Next example in the same list is, I have had enough, thank you. For example, when you're really angry and you aren't happy with the situation, what do you say? You say, well, I have had enough, thank you. Well, I'm a bit of a drama queen myself. So you can use enough in a sentence, standalone as a pronoun like this. You do not want to talk to the person anymore and you're just politely saying, I have had enough of it. Thank you very much. Let's move to the next one. Next is with an adjective and a noun. Let's see. Well, it can actually be used after the adjective, after as well, and before as well. Let's see how enough can be used after. In the sentence, I haven't got big enough envelopes. Big enough. Enough comes after the adjective, which is big, and before the noun, which is envelopes. So it looks like this. There's adjective plus enough plus noun. The second sentence is how we can use enough before the nouns and the adjective. I haven't got enough big envelopes. One more time. I haven't got enough big envelopes. In the first sentence, the person is actually talking about the size. I haven't got big enough envelopes. I haven't got big enough envelopes. The person is talking about size of the envelopes. Hey, I have an A4 sheet. Do you have an A4 envelope? The person says, I'm sorry, I haven't got big enough envelopes. I have it in, let's say, B2 size. B2 size is shorter than A4. Let's move to the next one. I haven't got enough big envelopes. Here I'm not talking about the size. I'm talking about number. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the number of big envelopes in the room. Hey, I need to send this postcard to my family. Can I borrow one big envelope? You say, hey, I have 5 postcards and 5 envelopes. I don't have enough big envelopes. So here I'm talking about the number of big envelopes. So it can get a little tricky, so make sure you use it correctly. If you use enough after, in this context, it is talking about the size of enough of envelopes. But if you talk about using it before, it is not. It means you're talking about the number. Let's now move to the next one, which is the last one. Have you seen people using a lot of enough of it, enough of that? Let's see how it is used. Enough of is followed by determiners or pronoun. Whenever you use enough of as a standalone phrase, it is followed. That means after this phrase comes either a determiner or a pronoun. Let's see how it is done. There isn't enough of that bread. For example, I'm talking about pita bread. The person is saying, there isn't enough of that bread. Enough of is being used for that, which is a determiner. There isn't enough of that bread. Let's see how it can be used in another case. In case of pronoun, I have seen enough of his work. Enough of his work. I haven't seen enough of his work. It is best. Enough of as a phrase is used to describe the pronoun of the work of that person, which is his work. That is how we use enough in 6 different ways. Adjectives, verbs, nouns, pronouns, adjectives, nouns together, and enough of. It basically depends on the position of enough of in a sentence. If the position goes here and there, the meaning can change completely. So make sure that you use enough of you in the right place in the sentence. I hope you enjoyed the lesson with me, and in case you have any questions, please do let me know in the comment section below. Thank you very much for being with me, and have a great day ahead. God bless.